Hello friends, I'm back with another bullet journal video. This one is a celestial theme for the month of August. My pens are just the felt tip Papermate pens, and then I'm using Crayola Super Tips for my markers. You can see all the colors I'm going to use. And then my white pen is the pen I think everyone uses, which is the Jelly Roll pen. And then my pencil is just a Bic mechanical pencil. My journal itself, I think, is the Artist Loft brand from Michaels. And then I also have an eraser and a ruler that I'm going to use. So as usual, before I started filming, I went through and wrote everything in pencil because it would take me way too long because I'm such a perfectionist to do that on camera. So now I'm just going to go through, and my first step will be to take a blue felt tip pen, and I'm going to outline the calendar that I put on the page before the title page. That way I can easily go back and reference what day it is. So after outlining this, I'm just going to go in with a same colored marker and fill in the top and the bottom. And then I'm using a white pen to write in the days of the week up at the top. And then I'm taking a yellow marker and I'm filling in a little box in the corner so that I can write the days of the month in there. And I'm doing that in black felt tip pen. Now for the title page, so I'm taking this bluish gray marker to color in the moon. It kind of turned out a little streaky, I'm not sure why, but be careful not to let the marker bleed through because that will happen. And then I'm taking a yellow marker to color in the sun's face, and then I'm using an orange marker to do the rays of the sun, and then using that same color to outline the facial features on the sun. And then to outline the moon, I just used the dark blue felt tip pen, and then I drew some stars as decoration in yellow, and then I wrote the word August in between the moon and the sun. Now moving on to the habit tracker. So every month I keep a habit tracker. It feels like a grown-up chore chart. It's really helpful for me to keep track of what I do every day and what I need to do or should do as many days as possible out of the month. And so first of all, I'm taking that blue-gray marker and filling in the habit tracker title. And again, I'm going to add some yellow stars just for decoration. And then I took a black felt tip pen and outlined everything. I meant to do it in blue, but oh well. And I had trouble deciding what color to use here, but I ended up going with the orange marker to highlight each different habit for the month. I think the yellow would have maybe looked better, but the orange is bold and fun, so we just went with that. And then I'm adding some detail to the stars in that orange color too. So I went through and wrote out every day of the month for all of my different habits, which of course takes a while, so I'm going to skip ahead. Now I'm taking the white pen and writing in each habit on top of the orange highlight. The habits I'm tracking this month are flossing, sleeping 7 or more hours, watering my plants, making art, uploading to YouTube, making music, exercising, doing yoga, meditating, reading, working on learning languages, and writing. And then every time I complete one of these tasks, I will bubble that day in, probably with the yellow color. I think that would look best. And then at the end of the month, I'll be able to see how many days I did each habit. Okay, so now we're working on the weekly planner. So I'm outlining boxes. I'm just doing one page for each week. I don't have all that much going on still. School is starting this month, so maybe I should have put a little bit more space for that, but I didn't really think it through. So we're just going with one page for each week, but you could do 2 pages if you need more space to write. So I'm just drawing a box for each day of the week. I skipped the first day of August because it starts on a Saturday and it just felt unnecessary to make a whole box or use a whole page just for that. So I'm just starting with the second day of August, and then I'm using the blue felt tip pen to outline all of this to keep with the color theme. So I took a yellow marker and I highlighted where I'm going to write each day of the week in the boxes. But later on in the video I go back and redo it in orange because it looked a lot better than the yellow does. So anyway, yeah, I did it in orange overall. And then I also write out the month of August and write all the days of the month on each weekly spread page too, just so I can have it to reference. And then I'm going to highlight which week it is in the orange marker as well. I also wrote out August in yellow and then changed it to the bluish gray color later because that looked better too. So it's all trial and error. And then I'm writing the date in the boxes as well. And now I'm just going through and doing the same thing with all of the rest of the weekly spread pages. Also, I drew a line that I didn't mean to, so I am just making it look like I meant to put brackets around the calendar. So again, we're just rolling with all of the millions of errors I make every time I do this. So here I am going back and making the first page look like all of the others are going to. And then I'm going to add some yellow stars for decoration to all of the weekly planner pages as well. Okay, the last pages of the weekly planner. So on this page, I'm just doing the same thing that I did for all the others, outlining in blue, writing in the calendar, and decorating with stars and orange highlights and everything. Okay, so for this page, I'm doing something a little different. Since the last week of the month only had 2 days, I'm making boxes for those days and doing the same thing that I did with the others. But at the bottom, instead of leaving the rest of the page blank, I wrote out a box for the highlights of the month. So every day of the month, I will write a short little phrase or word or something that will remind me of what the best thing that happened that day was. And that way I can go back and reflect and remember more of my month. I also drew a line that I didn't mean to draw, so I'm trying to cover that up with white pen. Now I'm highlighting in orange like I did for the others, and I'm writing out my titles for each box and writing out all of the days of the month for the millionth time. Now time for the decorations. I'm drawing more yellow stars, of course, and then I also drew this cute little picture in the top right corner of some stars and the moon hanging from the sky. I like that concept. And then I drew the face on that too. This time I outlined it in black. I don't really know why I did that. Kind of wish I hadn't, but yeah. And then because I outlined those in black, I went through and outlined all of the stars in all of the pages in black. Oh, and I decided to write the title of the highlights page in white because I thought that looked pretty and made it stand out from the other boxes. Alright friends, so the last page of this month, and probably my favorite to go back and reflect on each month, is the playlist page. So I drew a really simple sun and moon in the corner of this page. The sun, again, is the middle part is in yellow and the rays are going to be in orange, and then I used that bluish gray color for the moon. I'm leaving this pretty plain because I want to have room to go back and customize it later. So as I add songs for the playlist, I want to be able to decorate it as I go. And then I'm leaving the left page completely blank so that I could add some clippings of album artwork and everything, just to make it more fun and more personalized. I wrote the playlist title in dark blue marker, and then I'm taking the white pen to write playlist in that as well. And there you have it. That's my bullet journal spread for the month of August. Nothing too complicated, but I think it's a really fun theme. And if you're a better artist than me, which I'm sure a lot of you are, yours will probably turn out even better. But despite all of the mistakes that I made and the lines that I did not mean to draw, I'm still pretty happy with mine. If this gave you any ideas, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a wonderful August. Thanks for watching. See you next time.